A woman took my shopping cart after walking past several empty ones in the cart bay. This incident happened a few months ago. To give you some context, I'm a 29-year-old woman, and in April, I was in a serious car accident where my car crashed into a tree at 50 mph. Luckily, I survived with only a broken collarbone and severe muscle strain in my legs. I went to the store with a friend, determined to walk again after using a scooter for a while. She parked close to the entrance, but I overestimated my leg strength. By the time we got inside, I was relying on my friend for support because my legs were weak. Luckily, there was a bench near the entrance where she helped me sit down. She asked if I was sure I didn't want a scooter, but I stubbornly said no. We had no rush, as our only plan was to catch up with a friend who worked at the store. So, we decided to sit, rest my legs, chat, and then do our shopping later. My friend brought me a cart to use when we were ready to shop, but then she said she needed to use the restroom and told me to wait for her. I was still chatting with our friend at the entrance, so I agreed. As it started getting busy, I stopped talking to let our friend do their job. While waiting for my friend to return, I began scrolling through my phone. I was leaning forward with my good arm on the cart to show it was in use, even though it was empty. The cart bay was completely full, and people would have to walk past it to get to me, which is important to note. Just as I was starting to wonder if my friend was taking a long time and was about to text her, a woman approached my cart. While I was still leaning on it with my good arm, she began to put her child in the cart's child seat, as if she thought the cart was empty and available. I said, what do you think you're doing? The lady replied. What? And I responded, you're taking my cart. I'm using it. She said, no, you're not. You're just standing there, I explained. I'm waiting for my friend who's in the bathroom. She said, well, I need it more than you do. Can't you see my baby is tired? I then pointed to the full cart bay and said nothing more, implying there were other carts available. I said, there are plenty of carts you passed to get here. Why didn't you take one of those like everyone else? She replied. Why can't you just take another cart and let me have this one? I don't have time for this. My baby's tired and you're being rude, I responded. I'm just sitting here waiting for my friend and you're trying to take my cart. But somehow I'm the rude one, she said. Kids your age are so entitled. Didn't your parents teach you to respect your elders? I'm telling you to give me this cart. Give it to me now. She tried to move the cart, but I had my foot on it, stopping her. I said, I don't care how old you are. My parents taught me that respect is earned, not given. Remove your child from my cart and leave me alone. You're not entitled to take something just because you're older. Go get your own cart. When I stood up to pull my cart back, I made a mistake. My weak legs almost gave out, and I nearly fell into the cart. I instinctively tried to catch myself with both arms, but that was a bad idea due to my broken collarbone. It was a series of poor decisions, and I ended up on the floor, writhing in pain. The amount of pain I was in was clear from my vocal reactions. My friend, the door host, heard me cry out in pain and came over to investigate. The lady tried to spin the situation, telling my friend that she was just walking by when I suddenly stopped her and tried to steal her cart. My friend looked at her, then at me on the floor, and then back at her, seemingly skeptical of her claim. The door host said, I saw her friend give her that cart when they arrived. She should be back any moment now, the lady responded. But I have a child in this. Pointing at me ... person is just faking her injuries for attention. Make her get a different cart. She was trying to deflect the situation and shift the blame onto me. The lady stormed off without further incident, leaving me sitting on the floor in agony, trying to hold back tears. My door host friend helped me up and back onto the bench, and then brought me another cart just as my friend returned. When I told my friend what had happened, she was furious. But we both agreed that there was nothing we could do since the lady was already gone. Ironically, I ended up needing the scooter after all due to my weakened state. This incident came to mind recently when my friend and I were discussing entitled people on Reddit. She encouraged me to share this story, so here it is. For those curious, I'm pleased to report that I've made a significant recovery. My legs have fully healed, and I only experienced some minor stiffness in my shoulder. It's a relief to have put this ordeal behind me.
Story 2.
Coworker got mad at me when I caught him stealing my tips and said something. A colleague got angry with me when I confronted him about taking my tips. He was upset because I spoke up about it. For some background, I work at a small pizza restaurant in a town. Our customers' bills are usually around $20 to $40, so the tips aren't always big, but they're still worth something. Generally, I enjoy my job and the people I work with, except for one person, Caleb. On his first day a few weeks ago, Caleb showed up clearly under the influence and was sent home. While everyone has off days, it's disappointing to see someone come to work unfit on their very first day. Caleb is being trained as a server, and I was working with him and the trainer last Monday. I had a table with some of my regular customers who always leave me a $5 tip. I bid them farewell, saw them put the tip in the sleeve, and walked away to attend to another table. I returned to clear the table after they left, only to find the tip was missing. I promptly informed the manager that someone had taken my tip. The manager approached Caleb, who silently pulled the $5 bill from his apron and handed it over with a scowl on his face. While his audacity was shocking, I was just relieved to get my money back. I chose to ignore the incident and kept a closer eye on my tables for the rest of the night. Later, just before I was about to clock out, Caleb approached me and muttered, "You didn't have to say anything," bitch, as he walked past me. I was stunned. I reported the incident to the manager again, as I don't tolerate that kind of behavior. Anyway, he called out 2 days ago, claiming his phone was broken and he couldn't make it to work. Then, he called out again today, saying he simply forgot and had other plans. I doubt he'll have a job to call out from soon, or at least, I hope not.
Story 3.
Karen shouted at me, accusing me of trying to take a computer from the library. I'm just a homeless person trying to survive. I've been homeless for a while now, but things are finally starting to look better. I was able to find a part-time job, leave the city behind, and move to a new place far up north. Life is getting better. Plus, I don't do drugs or drink, which is probably a good thing. I'm still living in the woods, but now I'm even deeper in the wilderness. I haven't seen anyone since I arrived here. The problem is, I still need to charge my stuff and get online, so I go to the library to do those things. Today, I visited the library, used the Wi-Fi, and charged my phone and portable chargers. Everything went smoothly, and I spent about 2 hours there. But when I left my seat and reached under the desk to grab my chargers, a woman saw me and started yelling. She thought I was trying to take the library's computers. I was too surprised to say anything, and she quickly ran to tell the librarian. She thought I was stealing. That's exactly what she told the librarian, that man is stealing the computer. I was shocked, my eyes wide with surprise. I mean, I know I'm a big guy with a beard, but come on, who tries to steal a computer from a library? It's ridiculous. Then, the woman marched back over to me with the librarian, and she asked me, "What are you doing, sir?" I said, "I have no idea what's going on. I was just unplugging my portable chargers, and I held up the 4 chargers in my hands to show her. Then, I looked at the woman who started the whole thing. To be honest, it hurts every time something like this happens. So, I said, "Thanks for ruining my day."